And we are live. Hello, puppies. I am back this week, back in the hosting chair, and ready to take more interviews from our very special guests. Tonight is Isle of the Aussie YouTuber, where we have an awesome guest from across the sea, which I'm kind of jealous because it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon there, where it's pretty close to my bedtime here, and I'm tired. So, with that being said, I would please like to welcome onto the show Mr. Simple Simon.
Simple Simon's running late, so I'll be taking his place. I'm Jason Todd.
Jason Todd. Oh dear. Well, hey.
You know me.
Red Hood. You know, I mean, it's kind of rude for you to take over for Simon.
Yeah, come on.
Wow.
Come on, that was funny, right?
I was kind of wondering if you were going to put on the mask, but I didn't think you were going to do the whole thing.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, my
What's going on,
friend,
guys?
How are you? Good.
I'm good.
All right.
The audio is a little bit choppy for you guys at the moment. I don't know if it is for me or not, but
Maybe.
just your audio is chopping in and out a little bit.
Yeah, that always happens right at the beginning of the show. Very, very sorry, everybody. It always happens a little bit in the beginning of the show. In about a minute, it'll be a little bit better. So.
Jake says he loves your hair.
Yes.
Thank you. Wait, can I see comments or?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Awesome.
So.
Cool. What's going on?
Not much. All right, my friend, with you and your 2 o'clock in the afternoon sunshine over there. Are you ready to answer some questions?
I am ready as I'll ever be.
Right. Okay, so because I am a little bit of a nerd, and because you do live in Australia, I have some Australian-based questions that I would like to ask because that's just how I am, and then I would like to gear it towards your channel. So, starting off, I do want to ask, because you live in Australia, have you ever gotten bitten by any like spiders or snakes or anything weird? And if not, how many have you been in your house?
It's funny, actually. I've never been bitten by a spider from memory, but I've been cleaning up my house a lot lately. As I've told you, I've moved in these new couches, which are far too big for my house. But I've been cleaning up a lot, and I've been finding like so many dead spiders just in the corners and stuff like that. Like, they're not just like, you know, they're scary looking spiders. I'm like, how are these things dying around here? But I've never been bitten from memory, but lately I feel like I'm getting bitten in my bed. Like my legs are literally all scratched up because every morning I wake up and I'm like itching my legs. So I feel like something's biting me at night, without me knowing.
That's not good. That's not good, Simon.
Yeah. Snakes, though, I've never been bitten by a snake, but in my area where I live in a place called Greensboro, and behind my house here, we've got like a park. So it's a very bushy sort of area, and there's a bike path there.
Ooh,
and
nice.
on the bike path, normally on the bike path, like every 50 meters or so, there's like a little painting on the ground of like a bike. So, you know, it's a bike path and a person walking because it's a walk path as well. And then there's a painting of a snake because apparently it's a snake path too. So, yeah, I try not to go through that park very often because I hate snakes. I not hate snakes. I'm scared of snakes. So, yeah.
I don't like snakes either, so I'm kind of on the same page with you there. Yeah. We have one place that we go hiking, and there's always rattlesnakes up there, so we always have our eyes glued to the edges of the trail.
Yeah, I think you guys have crazier snakes over there.
Huh?
I think you guys have crazier snakes. Like I don't think we see rattlesnakes around here. So we have like brown snakes, whatever that is. So.
But like, isn't the rule that in Australia everything's bigger? Like,
I don't know. I think people have a big misconception. Like there's like, you don't see koalas around, you know, the suburbs and things like that. You see kangaroos in bushier areas, like a few suburbs away where my brother lives. Like there's kangaroos around his house.
really? Wow.
Yeah, but it's not as common as you think, you know. Spiders, again, they're everywhere. Snakes are pretty rare too. Snakes are generally going to be in more bushier areas like where I live. So, yeah.
Very nice. Lucky you.
So I've never had to be too afraid of snakes up until I moved into this place.
So, and none have ever gotten into the house at all?
No, I haven't seen any snakes since moving here, but I've got a couple of friends who live around here, and they're like, "Oh no, there's not too many snakes. I've only seen one once or twice," and I'm like, "That's one or two too many times for me, so I'm good." No, I haven't seen any snakes at all yet.
Well, that's good. Yes, very, very good. So one of the big differences that I know, I mean, other than time, that between us here in the USA and then you guys down there is your currency. I was looking this up because I was curious because I didn't know if you guys use like the same dollar system that we do. And you almost do, but it's like your $1 through $4 are coins, and then the rest are plastic, not paper.
Yeah, so you guys still have paper notes?
Yes.
Yes.
So do they tear easily?
Oh yeah.
Especially the older they get. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, we had paper notes, but now they're plastic. With the dollar, and there's a $1 coin and a $2 coin, and then everything else is cents below that. So there's 50-cent coin, a 20-cent coin, 10-cent coin, or a 5-cent coin. So I've got some notes to show you that I prepared earlier.
Ooh.
That are plastic. So this is a $50 bill.
Hey.
Or note. So again, it's made of plastic. It's got a little clear see-through window there.
Whoa.
But yeah, they're pretty hard to like tear.
Oh
So,
my
yeah.
gosh.
That's a $50 bill.
And they're color coded too, right?
Yeah, so each note is a different color, but I'm colorblind, so I get them confused. This is the newer, so that's an older, $50 note, and this is the new $50 note which came out recently.
Wow.
Again, it's got a nice little see-through.
Whoa,
That's so weird.
Cool.
Yeah, so yeah, and hopefully one day I'll have a lot more of these.
Okay, so what is the currency exchange like?
So yeah,
one
is
of our
there
dollars
any
would be worth
difference?
How much of yours?
Currency exchange, like is it saying like $1 to $1 or?
I'm not sure what it is in the moment. Look, if I had to guess, I think $1. I don't know. It's not, the dollar's not great at the moment. So it's like $1 to $1.60 of you guys or something. Like when I buy US prices, the price almost doubles when I'm paying US price. So yeah.
So it's a little bit more.
Yeah, but like I buy stuff online and stuff from the US a lot, and the prices are okay. I'm okay with the exchange rate, but we have to, like, once you add postage, and then we have to have an import charge now, which only came in for the last couple of years, and that's just extra tax. Which is like, I don't like. Yeah, it hurts real bad having to pay that. So, yeah.
Well, and especially if you're a YouTuber and you send out a bunch of stuff all the time. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
I really want one of those see-through, like those are so cool.
I know.
Yeah, you know what, Simon? I'm gonna have to send you $1 billion for.
we're gonna have to exchange you with the currency. Is
yeah, $1 billion for one of those 50s.
Exactly, we'll do it.
I read somewhere because I was trying to figure out how because they're color coded, and I think I saw someone add into like the comments of the like the notes margins where they were like they're like, yeah, if you open an Australian's wallet, you know exactly what they have in there. It's really easy to find. But if you open an American's wallet, you'll just see a sea of green, and most of the time they're just a bunch of singles. Yeah. Most of the time they're just a bunch of singles.
Are they different sizes at least over there?
No,
all the same size, all the same. Although 50s are slightly different colored. $50 bills have a slightly like reddish pink tint, but otherwise all the rest of them look the same.
Fair enough.
So you never can really know what's going on there. I think Cade's fishing for it. Yeah. This is all we got. It's just the green. Just the green little, yeah.
You will note we only have a dollar because here we have a 5. Yeah. Whoa, we're so rich. There we go.
Yeah, because our ones are the paper, and then our 5 is just the exact same color. Yeah,
and they rip super easy, and completely different. That's why we're like, that's pretty.
It'll be like a collector's item for you guys.
Okay. So now I'm going to switch gears just a little bit, and I'm going to ask you a personal question. What do you do for work?
For work, I work in sales for a retail store. I mostly sell like computers and TVs and technology, essentially. It's kind of like we sell everything from like cameras, computers, TVs, all the way to DVDs, CDs to pop vinyls. I believe it's equivalent to your Best
Buy.
Best Buy, yeah.
Best Buy, yeah.
Similar to that. I've been there for probably nearly 15 years. So yeah, I'm well over it by now.
I would imagine so. Dang.
But I work with good people and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not as much as I complain. I know I'm lucky to have the job I have because a lot of people would want that job. So yeah, I can't complain too much.
And I think you had mentioned before that the sales job actually you got through someone you had met from one of your older jobs, right?
Yeah, so the guy who interviewed me was actually, I rocked up to the interview and I was like, this guy looks really familiar. And it wasn't until months after I'd been hired, I realized he used to be a customer because I used to work at Blockbuster Video, and he was actually a customer there. And he said to me, that's why I hired you, because you served me once and you gave me great customer service. So that's how I got my job.
Which I mean is a pretty lucky is a pretty lucky draw, right?
I just want to make a note, Simon, that Harry and Kachung are both in here, and they are both from Australia. So I think that is super, super
That's cool.
that we lured in some of your fellow countrymen.
Whereabouts in Australia?
We got to give him a second.
Let me see. I think Harry said, I don't know. We'll wait and see. Oh,
Bake.
Tommy. I miss Blockbuster.
I noticed Jake here is asking about my tattoos.
Yeah.
I'll show you one. I showed you guys before. So my tattoo here is actually my star sign, which is an Aries, which is actually modeled off a toy that I bought a while back. I saw this toy. It's from McFarlane Toys. He did a toy range called Warriors of the Zodiac. And that I'm an Aries, so I actually got that tattooed on my arm. And the funny thing is, the tattoo I've got above it is actually even older. If you actually have a look, it's how do I get the angle here? I've got the Superman S on there.
Oh.
And I got that when I wasn't even into comics. I got it for the S for Simon. And I was always scared that people would be like, think I was a Superman fan, and I knew nothing about Superman. But it's quite ironic now that I'm into comic books. And I've already got a Superman tattoo.
Right. It was meant to be.
That's right.
All right. So Harry says he's 30 minutes away from you.
Ooh, you guys should hook up.
And,
and then YouTuber events.
Kachung says,
I was born
Adelaide.
in
Adelaide. Yeah. Adelaide's great. My band toured there once, and they were awesome in Adelaide. It was probably the best place that we toured to. So, yeah.
Wow.
But now he lives here with his American wife.
Oh.
Because he didn't like the spiders. I don't know. I'm just saying.
He's living the American dream. Hey, the great in the house.
Okay. So now, speaking of YouTube channels, so you often like to say that you call yourself a comic noob, and that's only because you have been like new to YouTube and comics you just celebrated your 1-year anniversary.
On YouTube, yes.
Yes. So I want to say, what kind of got you into wanting to look at comics and do cosplays, and your wall of collectibles? How did the wall of collectibles behind you come about?
I've always been into collecting stuff, and then just when I got into, I guess, comic books and stuff like that, it just gave me another thing to collect. Like I used to collect vinyls and stuff like that when I was more into music. But it's a funny story how I got into comic books. Actually, I went on a bunch of dates with this girl who was a scientist, way out of my league. She worked at a hospital and everything, and went on a bunch of dates. And she was always talking about how she was into DC comics and cosplay and stuff. So that's how it sort of fascinated me in the first place. And then once, that obviously didn't work out. But after that, I kind of just had a fascination for it. So I was into comics when I was a kid. So I found a box of my old comics when my parents were moving out of my childhood home. And I read Batman Death in the Family. And I was like, this is really good. Because I don't read much. I've just as much as I'd like to read, I just can't. My eyes struggle, and it's like I've got dyslexia or something. So reading the comic, I was like, I can actually read comics, and that's how it sort of started for me to get into collecting comics. So yeah, it started from dating a girl, and it's a funny actually. Many Christmases ago, my brother bought me the DC Encyclopedia, which is a big giant encyclopedia book. And at the time, I wasn't into comics, so I was just like, "Why'd you get me this?" And he's not into comics. He was just like, "Because DC's cool." I was like, "Okay." So the last time I saw that girl, I think I gave that encyclopedia to her. And then now I'm really into comics, and I don't know much about the history. I could probably have used that encyclopedia. It would probably be quite helpful. So, yeah.
It's like the act of kindness, and now you're like, dang it.
That's right. But yeah, like I've always been into collecting stuff. It's really not good for me, to be honest. I just bought I spent $400 on a statue, which I'm going to make a video on soon. Well, I've already made it, but I haven't edited it yet.
Can you show?
No, I'm not going to show that one. I've got some stuff that you said if I want to show off some stuff. I could do this all day, but I've just picked 3 things to show you. Because I'm a Red Hood fan, so I just thought I'd show you the 3 Red Hood things that I've got if you're a Red Hood fan. So first is just the pop vinyl, which is what is it? It's like an exclusive one, so I think that's not that easy to get. So that's my Red Hood pop vinyl. I've also got a Red Hood figurine here from the DC Collectibles. My comic shop guy Mark got me that. It's quite a nice one there. And these have all shown up in my videos before. I always like to show these things off. And this is my Holy Grail, my Katabukiya Red Hood statue, which is a beautiful thing.
Well, and he's even in the gun pose.
This thing is beautiful, and I got a really good price for that. So very happy with those.
And are you one of those guys who will never take it out of the box? It'll be forever in the box.
I do like to keep things in the box. The statues, one day I would like to get one of them glass cabinets and put them, but I really don't have room to put stuff like that in right now. So, but yeah, one day they'll come out of the box.
Nice. All right. I think Cade wants to take a second to do his fire facts for you. Okay. So I am going to swiftly move out of the way.
Well, hey guys, I got turned into a Pikachu for the day, but that's okay. So basically, welcome to Burning Block About 99's Fire Facts. All right, let's start. Number 1, Tasmania has the cleanest air in the world. Number 2, Simple Simon actually sang in a punk rock band called The Worst for 15 years. Number 3, Simon won a food eating competition by eating 18 tacos.
Blah.
Man, I could never eat that many tacos.
Oh, God love you, Simon.
I would die.
Blah.
Good job, Simon.
Sneak peek back in. Okay. Chair.
Did you vomit after those tacos, Simon?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
I cannot even. We literally had tacos for dinner, and dude, I can only have 2. Like, how on earth could you eat 18?
The last 3, I was thinking about throwing up. The last 3 were really, yeah, they were hard, but I got through them. So then this was just the contest between me and my friend. We made all these tacos, and I was like, I bet I can eat all that. And he said, oh, I bet I could too. And I think he tapped out with like 1 or 2 left, and I was like, I'm going the distance. Yeah.
Harry wants to know if you shop at Minotaur Bucks.
Minotaur. I like going there. I don't often buy books. When I first started getting into comic books, I did shop at Minotaur. It's a great shop. If you ever come to Melbourne, you got to check. Like, it's huge. It's got collectibles from. It's an amazing shop. I don't really shop there. If I was to buy toys, maybe, but comics, I don't really shop there. Actually, like I bought one of my first trades. I actually bought from there. So, but yeah, it's an amazing shop, Minotaur.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and well done, Kate.
Yeah, very, very nice. He went to go hide behind the counter. little dude and feeling good again. Okay, so now I want to take a moment and I want to talk about your channel, because you did just celebrate your 1 year, and I wanted to ask you, because you had your series that you're doing with the Red Hood only started like a couple months ago.
No, it took me a while. Like, I took a massive month between the 3rd and 4th episode because I was really not happy with the
because I know that like the latest episode's been pretty recent,
Yeah.
but the first one, you know, was only a little bit ago as well. And I wanted to ask you, you know, like what inspired the series, what inspired the characters, kind of what just inspired the whole thing as a whole.
All right, so I had an idea a while back when I was, you know, I love making my YouTube videos. It's just a lot of fun. It's like the first hobby I feel like I've had for a while. So I really wanted to get a green screen. I had this idea for some stuff. And then when I got the green screen, I didn't know what I was to do with it. So I just had this idea. I wanted to make a video just to experiment with it. And I was looking over on my shelf and I had my Red Hood mask sitting there with the Pokemon hat sitting on top of it. And I thought, that's a funny idea because, yeah, I've done a few videos where Pokemon was a bit of a theme. So I thought, let's cross those two worlds over. And the first video, literally, I made it as a one-off just to experiment with the green screen. And it's terrible if you watch that one. And then I just had fun with it. So I thought, you know what, let's just turn this into like a mini series. And yeah, it just went from there. And I got a lot better at using my green screen as time went on as well. So that's what sort of how it started. And now it's just become, you know, I have a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, I feel like each episode got better and I wasn't that happy with the last one. It was very story driven. I feel like it wasn't as funny or fun as the previous ones. And now I'm also doing that news weekly.
Which is
show.
awesome. Which is the second one dropped today.
Yeah, so I'm doing a new series where I talk about comic book news as Red Hood and Spider-Punk and Ash Ketchum. So Jake.
Okay. Between the Robins, who interacts the best?
I'm a new reader, guys. You can't ask me all these technical questions. I'm just going to say Dick because I actually, it's a toss-up between who I like more out of Jason and Dick. I actually like Dick more as a person, probably, because Jason's a bit of a hothead, but I think that's why I like him as well. You know, he's like that. So he's a bit of an anti-hero, Jason. But I do like, for example, in the Titans show, I love in that first Jason Todd episode where he interacts with Dick Grayson. It's just, I think it's just hilarious dynamics between the two. So yeah, I'd have to say, Nightwing and Dick Grayson.
Nice. Which oh gosh, it's been forever since I've seen the Titans, and I know that they're all just so snippy to each other. I remember that they're all just so snippy.
Yeah, Jason is very annoying on that show. He was cool in the first episode, and after that, I was just like, oh my god, I want to punch you. Why could you kill me?
So, with your channel, and now that you've started the news, and you're also carrying on with Jason and Ash, where do you see your channel going? I mean, now that you've hit the 1 year marker, what do you want to do?
I just want to keep having fun with it, you know, like I really enjoy it. Like I've said in many of my videos, I'm not doing it to get 1 million subscribers and to get monetized and all that. Like I started it off because it was something I wanted to do, and now it's become something I have literally fallen in love with. Like lately I've been going through a lot of stuff in life and things, and I've been able to just get good at turning on the camera and just going into my own world. While last year I was going through some stuff and it really came through in my videos, so I had to take a little bit of a break for a while. But now I just feel like, yeah, I press record, I'm in my own world. And then I think the editing process is what I actually love the most, to be honest. Like, to be honest, when I film those things where I dress up, it's quite annoying having to dress up 3 times in an hour. But the editing process is really what takes my mind, I think, into another world. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I didn't expect, like, I think I said in my recent video that I didn't expect to get 200 subscribers in my first year. And since I did, I definitely didn't expect to get another 200 in my second year. But all of a sudden I've had this spike and yeah, it's crazy. So I love the support, and little things mean a lot to me. So, you know, and Sharon, you've helped so much in pushing my channel and helping out. Like, all 3 of yous really help out. So, and the whole comic book community. I feel bad that you know, I'm not always there for the live streams. You know, the time difference is things. I have been watching a lot of replays lately of the videos from, you know, a lot of the people in that comic book community. But yeah, I feel like I'm finally maybe, you know, getting my name out there thanks to you guys, amongst others.
Thank you.
And your amazing content.
Yes. And I mean, you bring in a lot of people. Who was it that was talking to you just today or yesterday, and you guys were talking about Simon and
Javi.
his Javi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about your latest video and how you just make everyone laugh, dude. I mean, your content is amazing.
Yeah.
Editing skills are phenomenal.
I know. I was gonna say you have to be such a patient person to be able because I figure there's no way that you could do like a split screen or like because you would have to dress up to have two characters on screen and you would have to time it differently. I'm like, I would not have the patience for that.
Yeah,
Nope, I'm not doing this.
I had to learn a lot of that on my own, and that's another part of the process that's been fun, just trying to figure this all out. Like, again, the first Red Hood and Pokemon thing that I did, you can see it's very choppy, and now I try to make it in one take. It's a lot more difficult, but I sort of figured out my own way how to do it. I don't know if it's the best way to do it, but I've just sort of figured it out. And yeah, Harvey was actually he was on Rod's show when Rod first gave me the shout out. So yeah, I've always known. Yeah, I remember that. It was him and Jeffrey, I think, was the other person that was on that shout out show. So yeah, I do know about all you guys in the comic book community. It's just hard for me to make all the streams. And then I go onto my YouTube and there's like, you guys have all released like 30 videos and there's like 30 videos to catch up on. I'm like, I can't do it all. It's just, I try my best.
Simon, it's impossible. It's impossible to track everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I try, but holy cow, it's
you really do try. You do.
Yes. I mean, I've stalked people via Instagram and
Facebook and YouTube.
Simon, yeah. Oh my gosh. So next question.
All right. So since we have a couple minutes left, I have one more kind of just like, for fun question right at the end.
Yep.
So, and it's going back to Australia because I wanted to focus on your channel a little bit, but I figured if we had time, I had one more to throw in at the end.
We're obsessed.
Sure.
We are slightly obsessed. I think Australia is like a bucket list place
so
to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll throw you around if you ever come down.
Thank you. So what holidays do you have there that we don't? Like, is there something that you guys do that that definitely we do not do?
Do you guys have Australia Day over there?
No.
No, the only thing I can think of is I know Sharon asked me, I told her about Boxing Day, and she's like, what's Boxing Day? Yeah, so it's basically a day where we all put on our boxing gloves and we go out and just fight each other on the streets. It's Boxing Day is the day after Christmas, where all retailers and things have crazy sales. It's very similar to what you guys have as Black Friday.
Black Friday, yeah.
And Black Friday is actually here now, so we do Black Friday here. And in the last 2 years, it's really taken off Black Friday. And again, because I work in retail,
yay.
it's a nightmare. It's really killed Christmas sales, actually, Black Friday. So people shop on Black Friday, they get all their stuff, and then it's quiet leading through to Christmas. And then the day after Christmas, everyone comes in for the Boxing Day sales.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
But yeah, that's really the only holiday I can think of off the top of my head that you guys probably don't have. I think, I mean, you guys have Thanksgiving and stuff. And,
Yeah, you don't have Thanksgiving. Obviously, you don't have 4th of July.
Yeah, you don't have 4th of July. Yeah, Rob, we have 4th of July where we get overly intoxicated and blow crap up.
You don't have St. Patrick's Day, I would imagine.
No.
Or President's Day.
President's Day.
Yeah, but really, this is just where like the government workers get.
The government, yeah.
Yeah, no, not us normal people.
Do you have like kind of like a government like holiday like that, almost like President's Day that like just like where people get like time off?
So you put me on the spot here. Probably, but I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Oh, that's enough. Chad, they don't have Veterans Day, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have like things like Anzac Day and stuff, which is like for the veterans of the war and things. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's the
something similar. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, and then do you guys do Halloween with?
Yeah, we do Halloween. It's not as big as you guys. In fact, it's weird. Like some kids like to get into the spirit of things, but it's weird when kids come to my house because I don't expect it. I'm like, I have nothing for you. Here's a bottle of water.
Yeah, just that's the universal rule.
Off, yeah.
I know it's huge for you guys. So,
what's Anzac Day? Do you have that, or is Gray Man cray?
Yeah, Anzac Day is basically our day, a tribute to the veterans in the war. So
gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here, Kachun says yes. Okay. Gotcha.
Oh wow, Australian New Zealand.
There you go.
Oh, that makes sense.
So what was the temperature there today?
Yeah, how warm was it?
Today is actually perfect. Yesterday was disgusting. Today is about 23 degrees today, so that's actually perfect. Yesterday was like the last couple of days was like it was raining yesterday. Day before it was 40 degrees and raining. It was not nice.
Oh, but see, you're doing Celsius, not Fahrenheit, then, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
I was gonna say, I'm like 23 degrees
Yeah,
does not
you're-
sound
so
good,
you do
Simon.
Fahrenheit
Did
here,
you guys
so.
know that science actually prefers Celsius more than Fahrenheit?
Kate is throwing out
Another
a
fire fact.
Well,
Yeah, scientists
freestyling.
they prefer Celsius over Fahrenheit when using terms,
Yeah.
which is fairly interesting.
So, Simon, what would you say you see for the future of your channel?
Look, my focus this year is really just to make content that makes people want to watch it, and I want to get more views. Like subscribers are cool and stuff, but I'd like my videos to get more views because of the amount of hours. And like I said, I don't get offended by it. Like I've said before, if one person watches, that's enough to keep me going. You know what I mean? So.
That'd be me.
Yeah, I know Sharon's always the first to be there to watch and comment.
Can I just
So
step up
if
your
you're
game?
the only person watching, the fact that you're on the other side of the world, that's enough to keep me going.
What
Absolutely.
is Javi talking about? Is that
A didgeridoo.
What is that?
Oh
I
god,
it's an instrument
it's a
that
very long instrument that goes.
You know it.
You know what a
You've been hanging out with Javi
didgeridoo
too
is?
much. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're just pushing over the 30-minute mark.
Oh, good.
So I would like to thank you very, very much because I know this was such awkward timing for you. Like the fact that it's like your one day off,
Yeah,
it's
it worked out
the
perfect.
middle of the day. Thank you so much for coming on and being a
Thanks
part
for
of
having
the
me.
show. It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Can I just quickly plug one thing before we go?
Yes.
Please do.
Just for the comic book community, check out my channel because I've got a giveaway video. I've got a bunch of comics, pop vinyls, and a Joker t-shirt to give away. So yeah, check out that video. And also, can I request a guest on your show?
Oh, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
You got to get the Grey Man on there. I love watching that guy's videos. He is so fun. I'd love to see him on your show. So that's a request from me.
You know
The
what
Grey
is hilarious? He and I were just talking about that today. No
that guy.
lie. We were
Getting him on the
seriously
show.
talking- Yes.
Yeah.
but except for the fact that it's what 3 a.m. there.
Yeah, he's in the
Yeah,
UK. So
it is
it's even more
3 a.m. Yeah,
So
I
we
don't
would
know how
probably
he's
have to
awake
do a
right
pre-record for
now.
him, yes, but that is hilarious because yes, he and I were literally just talking about that. Yes, he would make an amazing guest. Although he did say that he wants us to guest on his show, so he and I were having a bit of a sword fight over who gets who first.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I'd watch either one, so for sure.
Well, thank you. Okay, and yes, yeah, 3:30. Dang, Gray Man. Oh my
That's
gosh,
crazy. He says, "Oh, here we go.
I'm only funny
I'm only funny."
when I have my script writers do my stuff.
Yes.
He's a beautiful soul, that man.
3:30 in the morning there for him. Oh,
That's insane. What time do you get up to go to work?
That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
Okay, all right, we're pushing it. So thank you so much, and thank you to everyone in the chat.
Very much.
I saw glitter and duct tape go past. I saw Grayman, the comic assassin. I saw Javi,
Drew, Rob,
Kachoon.
Harry,
Thank you, everybody who came in.
Javi,
Rob.
Chad, all of you guys for supporting us and especially for supporting Simon because
Yes.
Simon is so amazing. If you have not subbed him up,
You need to go do so.
His
Yes.
channel is in my description. He is amazing. Please, please, please sub him up for really, really awesome content.
Thanks,
All
Aaron.
right.
So fun.
Yes. Seriously, go back and start the series over. It is so worth it.
The early stuff is terrible. I've gotten better.
And we're looking forward to another amazing year, Simon. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All righty. Well, with that
we
said,
will see you all.
we will see you all
later.
later.
Oh my gosh, it's Pikachu.
Every
It's
time.
Pikachu.